What is Kajabi, and should it be your platform of choice for your online business? In this video, I'm going to talk about both of those questions. We're going to talk extensively about what Kajabi is, how to use it, how do you make money on it, how to get the most out of it, and is it the right choice for you? I've been using Kajabi since 2019 to power both of my online businesses. In 2020, I was able to leave my 9-to-5 job and go full-time with my online business, in large part thanks to Kajabi and the simplicity that it gives me. That business is now a multiple six-figure business that makes me $25,000 a month. I'm going to show you exactly how I use Kajabi to run my $300,000 per year online business and how I've helped hundreds of other people start and grow their businesses on Kajabi. Now, one of the ways that you can decide if it's right for you is to give it a trial, and you can do that for 30 days using my link. Get a free trial over at lanesebring.com/Kajabi. And if you join between now and December 17th, you'll actually get to join me on 2 live Q&A coaching session calls. These are going to be really fun. They're on January 15th and 28th, and you'll have expert coaching from me in a group setting where I will answer your questions and help you get the best possible start, not just on Kajabi, but in your business. And you also get my 3 bonuses, my exclusive bonuses, the Kajabi Accelerator course, and you're going to get the top 3 mistakes that new Kajabi users make, my exclusive masterclass, and you're going to get my 25K course launch email template. All of those bonuses, plus the 2 live Q&As, are yours when you join between now and December 17th. And if you're watching this after December 17th, there is nothing to worry about. You won't get the live Q&As. Those are already done, but you will get the 3 bonuses, the 3 exclusive bonuses. So whether you're watching this between now and December 17th or sometime in the future, join. Take the trial. It's free, it's 30 days, and you will be able to walk through Kajabi and see if it's right for you. Okay, first we're going to talk about how Kajabi is an all-in-one platform. And here's what that means. It means that everything that you need to run an online business exists inside Kajabi. Your website, your landing pages, your sales funnel, your email marketing, your courses, your community memberships, your coaching packages, all of it, podcast, all of it lives inside Kajabi. So rather than having to piece together a bunch of different pieces of software and hope that they all integrate and talk to each other well and nothing goes wrong, it's all under one roof. And this is a massive thing for me because when I first got into online business, I was piecing my whole business together with about 5 or 6 different pieces of software. I had my website as a self-hosted WordPress site. I had my podcast over at Buzzsprout. I had my courses over at Teachable. I had my email over at ConvertKit. I was all over the place. And it was a tech nightmare because I'm not a tech guy. I'm just a guy. I don't really care to get in the weeds that much when it comes to all these different pieces of software. I don't really nerd out on that. And maybe you're like me. And so what I found is that the things I wanted to do, which was make content, build amazing products, serve my clients well, grow my audience, was really stifled by the fact that I was spending so much time just trying to make these different pieces of software fit together. So like my self-hosted WordPress site, I would update a plugin and then it would mess up. And then it would no longer talk to ConvertKit the way it's supposed to. And that's a big deal because if it's not communicating, if my website's not communicating with ConvertKit, then ConvertKit doesn't have the tags it needs that are coming through my landing pages. It's just a big, big mess. And this has really, really been a massive barrier to entry to a lot of people who have gone into online business because the tech is just such a big piece of it. So Kajabi comes along and they said, let's build a platform that has it all and does it all better than anyone else. And they've done that. And having used Kajabi for 6 years now and having been able to compare it to a lot of other platforms that claim to be all-in-one, Kajabi is the best in the game at this. When it comes to building a business, teaching your skills, your experience, your knowledge, your passion, your expertise online and making a living off of that, Kajabi's better than anyone else. There are other platforms that do all-in-one solutions, but the problem is some of those focus on more marketing, agency, all of that stuff can be really good, But if you're like me and you're like the people that I coach and that I teach, where you have a skill, you have a passion, you have some kind of knowledge, and you just want to take it to market, you want to take it online and you want to see, you want to give it a shot. Like you're a fitness expert, like you're really good at fitness and you're going to help people lose that last 15 pounds. And you're like, is there a platform where I can just simply do that, where I don't have to know everything there is to know about tech and coding and APIs and all these different pieces of software? It just works and I can easily and simply do it. Kajabi is the place for that. And I'm going to show you what it looks like inside, and I'm going to show you pricing. Now, the reason why I'm going to show you what it looks like first, and then we're going to look at pricing, is because I want you to see everything it does, and then we're going to look at how much it cost. When I moved to Kajabi, when I got rid of all of the pieces of software that I was using and moved everything over to Kajabi, I actually saved about $200 a month, around $2,000 a year. So a little less than $200 a month, about $2,000 a year. It was an amazing savings because what I didn't realize is that I was spending so much money on all these pieces of software that individually were cheaper, less expensive than Kajabi. But when I added them all up, it was a whole heck of a lot more money that I was spending. So we'll get into that more later, but I want you to see what Kajabi does. So this is Kajabi's page. If you just go to kajabi.com, dream it, build it, monetize it. I do want to mention this is the page that you need to start out at, lanesebring.com/Kajabi. The reason why is because this is my link and this is what gets you the exclusive access to the 2 Q&A sessions and the 3 bonuses, which are right here. So go there, don't go to kajabi.com, go here, and then it will take you to kajabi.com for your 30-day membership. But if we go here to the Kajabi homepage, dream it, build it, monetize it. From digital products to marketing tools, Kajabi has everything creators need to build the businesses of their dreams and make a profit all in one place. So a couple things to keep in mind. $10 billion has been earned by creators on Kajabi, by people who have started businesses on Kajabi and are monetizing their knowledge. The more income sources, the merrier. So you can launch a newsletter, build a community, publish a course, create multiple revenue streams is the new secret to making a 6-figure business and beyond, and making it all while you sleep. So they do courses, coaching, community newsletters, memberships, and podcasts. And then, as I said, they do a whole lot more. For example, you can do Kajabi payments, the mobile app, analytics, contacts. It just kind of goes on and on. Pages, email marketing, funnels, it's all there. So let's dive in. This is an example Kajabi account that I have access to. This is kind of a demo site. Now, when you see the homepage, it's going to give you a few different pieces of stuff on your dashboard. So it's going to ask you to set up Kajabi payments. We'll talk about what that is here in a second. It's going to give you an overview of your metrics over the last 24 hours. So this is a demo site, so there's nothing to show, but it would show how much I've made, how much people have paid from subscription revenue, how many people have opted into my site, and how many offers I've sold. It also keeps a running tally of my all-time net revenue and then the balance. In other words, like what money has come in that still needs to be paid. And then down here, there's access to the partner program, Kajabi University, and Kajabi Experts. Partner program is how you can refer other people to Kajabi and get paid to do it. Kajabi University is how you can learn Kajabi. And then Kajabi Experts are people who can do certain tasks for you. So even though Kajabi on its own is very simple, you just may decide that you don't want to get in the weeds yourself. You just want someone to set up all the initial stuff. You can hire someone who has been vetted by Kajabi to do that for you. Pretty cool. So if we go over here to the sidebar, this is where the menu exists for everything that you can do inside Kajabi. So there's products, the products you can build, sales, website, branded app, marketing, contacts, analytics, creator studio, partner program, and then more. And we'll get into all these. So let's look at products. So the products you can build are courses, coaching, community, podcast, newsletters, and digital downloads. And I'm gonna do a video on each one of these over the next few days, like as we lead up to December 17th, as you're trying to decide, like, is this right for you, to get those 2 live Q&As and all the bonuses. But just know you can create a course. This is like, imagine taking a piece of knowledge that you have that solves a specific problem. I like to think of courses in terms of escape and arrival. What are people trying to escape from? What are they trying to arrive to? And what are the milestones along the way that you can help them with, that they need to do or know to get there? So going back to our fitness example, let's say that what you're trying to help people escape from is this idea that, like, I've done everything and I just can't shed these last 15 pounds. That's what they're trying to escape to. And what they're trying to arrive at is, I'm finally at the weight I want to be at, right? I finally feel great about the way my abs look or whatever. Well, the milestones along the way, what is it? Well, let's dial in the eating. Let's dial in the exercise plan. Let's get a really, really good schedule in place so that we have realistic expectations. Like, those are the milestones. And so a course can help teach that along the way. And you can build a course and then package it together and sell it on Kajabi, which is pretty cool. And then second, we have coaching. Now, coaching is where you are working either directly one-on-one with someone or with a group, and you're helping people in real time solve their specific problems. And with AI and all the things that are changing in every industry, not just online business, but coaching is more important than ever, because fewer people are buying like proper, just packaged information in a course, but they want the human touch of coaching. Kajabi does coaching very well, which we'll get into in some future videos. And the other thing is community. Community is really popping off right now because of what's happened inside AI and how things have changed. And this is just a sample community that I have, my fun new community. It has 12 active users. I don't even know who they are because this is just a demo site, but you can set up a community with access groups and offers and settings, and then you can go to the community and see what it looks like. I'll do a video all about community coming up in the next few days. You can put your podcast on Kajabi. This is another thing that it does that I think is really cool. Back in the day, my podcast was hosted over at Buzzsprout and then sent to all the directories from there. Kajabi rolled out podcast. I moved it inside there, and it goes out to the directories just straight from Kajabi now. Newsletters is a really cool thing. You can make newsletters that go out to your list, and it's not just an email. It's like a way of communicating your ideas and really becoming a thought leader in your space and with your audience. And I've seen people grow massive audience using newsletters, both free and paid. And you can do free or paid newsletters on Kajabi. And then, of course, digital downloads. This is like if you have digital assets that you want to make available on your site for people to go and purchase directly from your site on your platform. So it does all of those. So courses, coaching, community, podcast, newsletters, downloads, those are the products. Now, once you have products, it's like, okay, well, how do I sell the products? And this is where payments comes in. And it's going to want you to set up Kajabi payments. Kajabi payments let you manage payments all in one place. So you can offer payment methods like Apple Pay, Google Pay, Afterpay, and Klarna, automate sales tax, and sync with QuickBooks or Xero. So I have Kajabi payments set up on my business, but again, this is a demo site. So when I do a video about Kajabi payments in the next few days, I will show you what it looks like inside of my main account. And then offers. So an offer is how you package a product and sell it. So on one hand, we're building a product, like we're making a course or we're making a community or we're making a coaching package. That's the product. And then we're building an offer to sell that product. So think of it like the packaging that you sell the product in. And this is what's really cool, because even though fewer people are like just straight up buying a course these days, you can take a course that you build and put it inside of a community and package those two things together and make an offer, where maybe you build an offer that is a monthly subscription to your community that includes a course and maybe even your paid newsletter, all of it wrapped into a subscription product that you sell as a package deal. That's where you would build an offer. Next up is the cart, which is now available on websites and landing pages. Think of this as like when you do your digital downloads, people can put it in the cart and then purchase it from there. You can send out invoices using Kajabi. You can create coupons. I just did this for a Black Friday sale that I did, a 50% off deal that we ran. And then affiliates, this is where people sell your products for you and get a commission from you. Next up is the website. So first you have the website design where you can build a website using Kajabi. And then from there, you've got the website pages, you've got the landing pages, you got the navigation, like the top bar, and then of course you have just kind of your update in your blog. Next up is the branded app. So your brand, your app, transform your business into a mobile powerhouse that drives loyalty, engagement, and revenue. Your first month free when you add on Kajabi branded app. So the branded app is something that costs extra. It's one of the only things on here that I know of that actually cost extra, but it's because it has to be developed specifically for your brand. It's a branded app. And so you may decide later on that you want to have an app for your business, and they've got it built in, which is pretty cool. Marketing, so there's universal inbox. So your next customer is just a message away. Universal inbox lets you connect with leads and customers across Instagram and Facebook without switching tabs or losing track of messaging. It's your streamlined hub for faster replies, stronger relationships, and more conversions right from your Kajabi dashboard. So this is really, really cool. It has to be unlocked in certain plans, but it is there and it's really, really cool. Now, the other thing is the SMS campaigns. So instant communication with your audience, looking for a powerful way to reach your audience directly through Kajabi. Our SMS messaging service integrates Twilio seamlessly with the Kajabi platform, ensuring your audience stays informed and engaged. So no longer is it just getting your email list together, which has been the gold standard for a long time. Obviously, text message marketing is huge as well. And you want to do both side by side because they really fulfill different needs. That instant communication of the text message is great, but the buying power of the inbox is still king. You want to have both. It's a really, really smart move to have both. Email marketing is on here. You can set to do a new email. You can do a broadcast. You can build a sequence. And this really in online business is where the money is made. So much of your effort is to get people from your content or however you generate leads, which I recommend content, to your email list. And once they're on your list, you really, that's where the magic happens because that's where you can send them emails and offer them your products. Then you can build funnels, and now they have visual funnels, which is really cool, where you can actually kind of see how it all pieces together, and I'll do a video on funnels as well. But simplify the relationship between marketing and sales. Connect together landing pages, email campaigns, and more to guide your audience toward a purchase. So very cool. Automations is something I use a ton on Kajabi. It's such a cool thing to know that your business is automated. Years ago, I read a book called The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. And in The 4-Hour Workweek, he suggests that everything in your business should either be automated, delegated, or eliminated. So in other words, you should automate anything that you can. Like anything that can be automated, you should. And Kajabi is a master automation tool. It's like the biggest superpower that it has, where you can set and forget certain automations. And this is what allows me to make $25,000 a month and barely work like at this point, because so much of the business is automated. There's so much content generating so many leads every single day to a system that just runs itself. And there's nothing special about me. I've just used the tool well, and I'll show you how that's done when we get to our automations video. Now, events. Events is really cool because you can set up an event like a webinar or even just a deadline that you're setting up and then put like a coupon up against it where it expires at a certain time. And then forms is how people opt into your site. And so on different landing pages, you're going to have forms that are like name, email, phone number, and you can build the form and then assign it to where you want it to go. And then from there, we have contacts. So these are the people who have signed in, who have opted in to your email list or to your text messaging. You can get insights on the contacts. And then of course you can do assessments, and assessments are kind of like, think of them like quizzes where people answer questions and then you can direct them in different directions based on how they answer those questions. Analytics. So we've got overview and we have reports. So the analytics is going to show you all your different insights of how everything's going, what courses, what offers, what products are selling, what's not, how many people are opting in, all of that stuff is there. And then Creator Studio is marketing content in minutes with Creator Studio. Repurpose any video into clips, transcripts, emails, blogs, social posts, and more in just a few clicks. So you can create your first project so you can save time, share worthy clips for social media. So think of this in terms of how you repurpose content from one medium to the other. So let's say you make a long form video on YouTube and you want to take the transcript of that video and make it into a newsletter. You can do that through Creator Studio. And then of course the partner program is there, and expert services is here. This is where you can get in touch with anybody who is an expert, who is a vetted expert with Kajabi that can help you build out your sites and all those kind of things. And then custom templates you can purchase here if you want a custom template for your website. So as you can see, Kajabi does a lot. Now we're going to look at pricing. This is annual pricing, and then there's monthly. Now I'm going to leave it on annual because I always recommend always buy annual. You save money. It just makes so much sense. The plan that most people will start on is actually Kickstarter. This is if you don't have a business yet, you're just trying to build something and get something off the ground. Kickstarter is great for a total beginner, which is, I find to be a lot of people who are getting into this, unless you're moving over a list from somewhere else or you're moving over products from somewhere else, a lot of people can get started on Kickstarter. And on Kickstarter, you get one product. So think of it like you can build one course, you can build one coaching package, but you also get a community. So the community doesn't count against you as a product. So you can have a community and a course embedded in the community, or the community and you can have a coaching package. So you can really get off the ground running up to 250 contacts. And so, you know, again, when your list is 0, 250 seems like a lot. It's not a whole lot. You'll get there quick, especially if you do the kind of things that I teach to do to get leads. But this gets you in the door and you can build at a lower cost than the full price. Basic is where you're gonna go to get up to 5 products, 2,500 contacts. When it says one website, think of that in terms of like an account. It's like the package of all the things that I just showed you. That's what they really mean when they say website. It means one brand on the site. Growth, that gets you 50 products, 25,000 contacts, one website. Again, you get the community, you get extra admins, unlimited email marketing, unlimited landing pages, unlimited funnels, 24/7 support, all that's there. And then Pro, this is like if you have a massive brand and you need all of it, unlimited products, 100,000 contacts, 3 websites, 3 communities, 25 extra admin users, all that. And then down here, you get the AI features on all plans. You get 24/7 support on all plans, Creator Studio on all plans. Third-party integrations start at basic, and then custom domains start at basic. So again, Kickstarter is really meant to be like a builder plan where you're getting on there and you're getting things going, and then you build up from there. Now, the platform that you use is really only as good as your strategy. So I want to talk a little bit about effective online business strategy. And I make this very simple. Here's what you do. Number 1, you want to have content. Number 2, you want to have a lead magnet. Number 3, you want to have an email funnel. And number 4, you want to have an offer. So content, lead magnet, email funnel, offer. If you think of your business as just a flywheel that's constantly doing that one rotation of things. So content is the front door of your business. It does the heavy lifting for you. So you make a piece of content. I suggest for most people in this type of business, start and be on YouTube with maybe one other kind of arm over at like Instagram. So you can share shorts and reels over at Instagram and post and lifestyle stuff. And then your main content, your main pillar content exists on YouTube. And in your content, You're helping people solve a very specific problem that you solve for a very specific person. So going back to our example of the person who's helping people lose that last 15 pounds, I would suggest if you're in that kind of space, narrow it down. So men over 40 who want to lose the last 15 pounds of body fat, like that's a very specific niche. And when you niche down, it does not limit your reach. It actually helps you expand your reach because you're more specific about who you're reaching. So content. In your content, you're going to invite people to take the next step with you. That's where your lead magnet comes in. So it's content, lead magnet. Your lead magnet is a free or low cost, helpful resource that helps people solve a problem and get a quick win. So all your lead magnet needs to be is like a guide, like a PDF guide. It could be a checklist. It could be a short video training, just something that they have to give you their email address to get. So it's free or low cost, but to get it, they've got to opt in. They've got to give you their email address. And what this does is it takes them from just being an observer and an audience member of your content to being inside of your system here inside Kajabi. So what do they get? They get a free, helpful resource that helps them get a quick win, has a really compelling promise, it excites them, makes them happy, and it's beneficial. It really is valuable, and it was free. The only thing they had to do was give you their email address. Now, what do you get? You get a lead. That's why it's called a lead magnet. So you get a lead that now is in your system and on your list, which means every time you send an email, they're going to see it. Every time you launch a product, they're going to see it. So that list grows over time. Now, the next thing is the email funnel, or you could even just say the text funnel or the sales funnel. The sales funnel is going to be what you do to help warm that person up, to give them even more value, to help them understand even more how you can help them, to solve even more problems. And then comes the offer. The offer is where you're now finally, after all that stuff has happened, now you're finally saying, here's how you can spend money with me. And when you spend money with me, you get bigger problems solved. You get your problem solved faster, more effectively, because now you have my direct attention. For example, if it's a coaching package, or you have my expertise if it's a course, or you have my curated community and access to me through live Q&As if it's a community. So the offer is what you give to people once they've kind of gone through this process. And so the strategy that you're applying kind of on top of Kajabi is that 4-step package: content, lead magnet, email funnel, offer. And by the way, if you want to see this kind of more easily laid out, go to lanesebring.com/super simple. You can get my free super simple guide to starting a thriving online business. It kind of maps out all of these steps and how to get started. lanesebring.com/super simple, free, on demand. You can read it right now. But those 4 steps are really the strategy. And when you take the power that Kajabi has as a platform all in one, and everything that it can do, like it does all of it, and you simplify it to these 4 steps where at its core, all you're doing is content that's increasing your visibility. People are finding you, they're being helped by you, they start to know you, like you, trust you. It really does a lot of the heavy lifting for you. It's kind of the bread and butter of your business. And that content invites them to go further with you by giving them even more through the lead magnet. And then Kajabi takes over, and you have a set of scheduled emails and pieces of communication with them that serve them at an even deeper level and show them how you can solve their problem through an offer. And now you're going to get paid, because if you've done all these pieces right, by the time they get to your offer, they're going, yeah, you're the person. You're the one who can solve my problem. I want to be in your community. I want to be coached by you. I want to buy your course. I want to download your product. I want all of it, because it all started with content. Like, you proved me at the content. And then the lead magnet was incredible. And then the emails I got from you were so helpful. And this offer, if it's anything like this free stuff, and it's probably better because I have to pay for it, it's going to be amazing. That is the whole system. That's how I've built a $25,000 per month online business. And it's how I've helped hundreds of other people start and grow their businesses on Kajabi as well. It just comes down to those 4 things. And it sounds simple. There's more pieces to it. Like, okay, the content, you got to be on YouTube. You got to figure out how to do that. The lead magnet, what do you build? All of that stuff, there's answers to all those. I've built videos about them. I have a whole course about all that stuff. But at its core, it's really that simple. So Get on Kajabi, lanesebring.com/Kajabi. Get a 30-day free trial. Do it by December 17th so you can get on these live Q&A coaching calls with me, and you can have your questions answered right there on the spot and get all my bonuses. And I can't wait to see what you build. Now, that first 30 days, you might have questions about where to start, what to do. And I have a whole playlist right here called Your First 30 Days on Kajabi, which will answer a ton of questions. Like, what do you do first? What do you do second? How do you build everything? So click right there, and I'll see you in that playlist to help you hit the ground running for these first 30 days.